So, with the flood of AI generated content lately on YouTube, and my latest reactions being me trying to basically highlight how bad some of these videos are, I wanted to do something a bit more positive and look at a video by a real person with real content that is not AI generated. So, this is actually from a YouTube short. So, it probably won't be as long as my usual videos, but it looks pretty cool. Is American food weird? This is actually done by an American, so I'm going to do an Australian perspective on this. Let's jump in.
These are some American foods that non-Americans think are gross, so let's see if we agree. Grits. I don't even know what this is, to be honest, so I'll have to side with the non-Americans here.
Now, I asked some of my American friends a few months back about grits because I was curious, and it turns out that grits are really not that dissimilar to creamed corn. We had this long conversation about why they call it maize and not corn, and I'm still confused. I think it's just the same thing, just that they have a different name for it in different places. But essentially, it is ground maize, and it sounds like it has been sweetened, perhaps. So, to me, it sounds quite similar to creamed corn, perhaps a little bit thicker, and you have it with breakfast foods and stuff. You don't just scoop it out of the bowl, you actually have it with other things. So it sounds like it's used in a similar way to creamed corn as well. So I actually think that I would quite like grits. The name puts me off because it makes me think that I'm going out and I'm going to eat gravel. But when you actually look into what it is, it actually doesn't sound too bad.
You mean to tell me that other countries don't eat peanut butter? I'm pretty sure I had peanut butter in London, or maybe it was just like the Mandela effect, but either way, it's amazing.
Okay, I'll apologise now if I offend any Americans, but I have to say, this is a typical example of the a blinkered view of Americans, people who haven't been outside of their country and think that because peanut butter is such a well-loved food in America, that it is exclusively American and that other countries don't have it. Well, guess what? We've got peanut butter in Australia. In fact, most countries, like I know New Zealand does, he's just said the UK does, you don't have exclusive rights to peanut butter, America. The difference is that we don't eat it in quite the same proportions that you do. But many Australian pantries will have jars of peanut butter in them. Many of us grew up eating peanut butter on our bread.
Infinitely better than European chocolate. No, I can't even say that with a straight face. It's not gross, though. It's fine.
Okay, I will admit, I absolutely love Reese's peanut butter cups, especially the white chocolate ones. But when you really look at it, it's more because of the mix of the chocolate and the peanut butter. The chocolate itself is not good quality chocolate. So I have to agree with this. American chocolate just really isn't all that great. Give me some good quality Cadbury's chocolate, or give me some truly divine Swiss chocolate. But American chocolate, it just doesn't rock my boat.
Cheese Whiz is an abomination, though. Same thing with American cheese, so I'm with you there.
Okay, I don't really know what Cheese Whiz is, but looking at that, clearly it's some kind of dip. It looks like it is highly processed. So, given my experience of American foods, that means it's probably full of preservatives, nasty additives that probably shouldn't be eaten in the first place. So, I'm torn on this one because I love cheese, but yeah, it looks a little bit too highly processed for me to consider that it's something that I would enjoy. Don't know. I'd have to look into it a bit more. If you've tried Cheese Whiz, let me know. Let me know what you thought of it.
I don't generally like soda, but root beer is just objectively good. Come on now.
So it actually sounds like root beer is not that dissimilar from sarsaparilla. And I absolutely adore sarsaparilla. So I think that I probably wouldn't mind root beer. I know there's a shop near here that sells American drinks and stuff, so maybe I should make that my mission to find proper American root beer and give it a go.
I'm against butter on popcorn. If I go to a movie with somebody and they want butter on the popcorn, then we can't share it.
Okay, well, I will admit that I hate popcorn anyway. But come on, let's be real. Buttered popcorn isn't exclusively American. Australians love popcorn. You go to the cinema in Australia, what do you get? You get a big soft drink and you get popcorn. Or you used to until it just became so ridiculously expensive to buy things at the cinema. But yeah, it's definitely not exclusively American, and most people I know actually do like buttered popcorn.
If you dislike deep dish pizza, it's just a lack of culture at this point. Nobody takes that complaint seriously.
Is that even a pizza? That looks more like a pie without a lid on it. Now, I'm trying to figure out how thick the base is. If it's like those Domino's pizzas that you get that have a really, really thick base. But I have to say that in terms of the equivalents that you have down here, like Domino's and that, those bases are so full of fat, so full of oil that they're disgusting. Like, I'm sorry, I look at this and it doesn't appeal to me. If I have pizza, I like it to be on a nice, relatively thin base and not being overwhelmed by the actual crust. And that's from someone who actually is giving away a little bit of my background. Used to own, manage, and run a pizza shop many years ago.
And then finally, sweet potatoes with marshmallows. Thanksgiving staple. You have to try this before you knock it.
I've had salads before that have had marshmallows added, and they weren't too bad. But honestly, I look at this, and to me, that actually looks quite delicious. Looks like they've got some nuts added in on top. But, I mean, I utterly love sweet potato. And I can imagine that adding marshmallow to it could actually be quite tasty. Probably not the healthiest way of eating sweet potato, but right now I'm looking at this and I find myself wanting to look up a recipe for this to find out exactly how it's made. Yum. So, thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment below. What do you think about these different American foods? Have you tried any of them? Do you like them? And are there some American foods that you know of that you just don't get, or that you do actually really like, or that you don't like perhaps? Thanks for coming, and I'll catch you on the next one.